Alrighty, artists. So the next step for your self-portrait is to make sure that you get a clear, transparent sheet. And you are going to trace some of the elements of the face or the animal that you might be doing using Sharpie. And I think the one thing we need to remember here is that we're not doing any shading. We are simply going in and just tracing the lines that we see on our image. So if I show you my workspace here, you will need a Sharpie today, and then also, like I said, your clear sheet, which is transparent and see-through, and your photo as big as you could possibly get it on that printed paper. So the first thing you're going to do is just straighten this out and make sure that your transparency is perfectly over the paper here. You can take a piece of Scotch tape or masking tape if you want and just make sure that the transparency doesn't move around on you. So I might put that up in the top corner here and just fold that over so it stays in place. And really the goal is to get something like this when you are finished. So you can see I don't have any shading. It's just a nice outline of the entire face. I paid attention to where I saw highlights, where I saw some shadow. I made the lines a little bit bolder. And yeah, I tried capturing some small details, but not quite as detailed as your average drawing. So when you look at your photo, the one thing that I see is the biggest mistake that students make is they draw something that isn't there. So for example, if you know you have eyelashes, but you can't really see the eyelashes, you're not going to draw them if the line isn't there. Okay. So my biggest tip for you guys is draw what is there and not what you think would be there. Okay. That means you're only drawing the lines that you see. You're not inventing any of the lines. We have the tendency to do this is, draw what we think is there, but we need to actually pay attention to what we see. That's the biggest thing. So I always recommend kind of starting in the center and working your way out. So I'm going to start with the eyes here. And what I'm going to do is just outline the eye super carefully and slowly. It has to be slowly. You have to take your time on this because it's not easy to fix mistakes. And I am just going to add a few little eyelashes where I see them, not many. Draw in the pupil, and remember I'm not shading anything in. I am just drawing the outline. Get my eyelid in there. Add a few lashes here. Just like that is perfect. Every once in a while, what you can do is kind of flip your drawing up and see how you're doing, and then place it back down again once you're ready to get going. So very carefully and slowly. Please do not rush this. It can be really easy to make a mistake if you're rushing through it. So just getting the outline of everything on there. Drawing in where I see the nose. I also have these little highlights. So I am going to record where those little light areas are too, and where the dark areas of the nostril are, for example, and work my way through the entire drawing. Only recording the lines that I see. I'm not inventing anything. I am drawing exactly what I see on here. Sometimes what I see is students will draw the eyelashes longer than usual or draw what isn't there, and that's when the portraits start looking a little bit funky, as if you abandon in the actual image and start just trying to draw things freehand. So really focusing on what you see, just like that. I have these little marks on my face, like dimples and the kind of beauty lines or wrinkles, we could call them, I guess, whatever you'd like to call them. And I'm just going to work my way to the outside of the face. If your image is pixelated, it would be tough to use for this project because you need to be able to see all of the fine lines. Now I can go in and do the hair, and what I'm going to do is just draw the main strands that I see really slowly. I'm not going to do every single hair strand because you would be here all night. I'm just going to draw a few of them that kind of show the direction of the hair.